There are certain features that every model seems to have in common. But for those of us that did not win the genetic jackpot, is there any hope? Well, I brought in Mario Dedivanovic. He has worked with so many gorgeous women, including Kim Kardashian, Giselle, Amanda Bynes. He's going to share some insider tips so we can all get in on that supermodel action. So Mario, I know you work with models all the time for fashion shows and magazine shoots. What's the secret to their dewy skin?
It's all about skin when you're working with models. So I think that the most important is to use a moisturizer. You need a very emollient moisturizer that's going to keep their skin looking healthy and protect them as well, protect their skin.
What moisturizer do you like?
Right now I'm loving the La Mer. It's the moisturizing lotion by La Mer. It's a little bit lighter than the one that comes in the big tub that everyone usually uses, and it's beautiful. It comes in a pump formula, so you don't have to touch it, and it just gives an all-over beautiful glow to the skin all day.
So your first step will be to work that moisturizer into the skin, and then what is it that gives them this glow?
There's different products you could use. I prefer to use a powder product. I use it's by Giella Cosmetics, and it's called I Am Glam. It's an all-over face highlighter, so I could use it all over the skin, really. You know, you just apply it right to where you want it, the cheekbone area.
Okay.
And the bridge of the nose you can apply it to, right under the brow bone here, as well as the cupid's bow of the lip. I love to brush it as well on the body, over here on the shoulders when you're going out at night. It's a beautiful, it just gives you a beautiful golden sheer glow.
Models always have the most gorgeous, perfect lips. Is there a way that we can replicate that?
For sure. Everyone wants those Angelina Jolie lips, but we're not all born with it. So what we're going to do is I line the lips, starting from the outer corners going inward, with a shade that's a bit darker than your natural lip. You don't want to go too dark.
Okay.
But you do want it to be a bit darker. And what this is going to do is it's going to define your lip, and once you're done with the liner, you then put a lipstick. You could put a lighter shade in the center of the lips, and what that does, it creates a highlight and makes your lip look more plump.
And then I guess also putting the highlighting powder in the cupid's bow is going to help your lip look larger as well.
Yes, you take some of that I Am Glam and you put it right there on the cupid's bow, and that kind of, it brings the attention, it brings the lip up. Aesthetically beautiful women, it's been proven, are typically a lot more symmetrical in their face than other, than most normal people.
So if your face isn't perfectly symmetrical, do you think that this is something that you can fix with a little makeup trick?
Absolutely, like everything else. The brows are important when it comes to symmetry, because that you can tell, you can tell when they're not the same. When each brow is not the same, you could really tell a lot. So what I'm doing to her right now, I mean, her brows are pretty good, but you want to keep the brows as full as possible on the inner corners here.
Okay.
Yes, and then you want to pay more attention to filling in the outer corners of the brows and extending them out, because typically one brow is always longer than the other.
Huh.
So you want to always kind of make them more symmetrical with a brow pencil like this one. It's called Brow Tech To Go by Smashbox, and it's dual-ended. You could use the other side of it to brush and keep the hairs in place, and you can fill in with color on the other side.
The brows really will set the tone for your overall face.
Brows are so important. They're like the frame of your face, really. And I think a lot of women are over-tweezing nowadays, and you cannot grow them back after a while if you keep tweezing. So I think it's important. When you look at models, you'll notice they always have a full brow, always have a natural full brow.
There's different shades in brow products, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is like a nice light match for her.
You want to go a little bit lighter than the hair, I think. You know,
Okay.
especially if you're working towards the inner part of the eyebrows. You always want to go light and natural and soft. You don't want to see any lines. Towards the outer corner, you can go a bit darker.
So now we've taken those 3 model-esque tips that we learned, which includes the dewy skin, the pouty lip, and the symmetrical face. And there we go. We've got a supermodel in the making.